you know, like, and then like Keemstar went back and made another video and said, like, called Pokey fake and a fraud because he went back, because there's tweets, he went back all the way back to 2015 to look for Pokey's like calling someone gay online, and
what a loser.
And what was the other one? She's like, she tweeted someone proceeds to kill self. So he went that deep to look.
I
for
hate the like. Why is
But,
that
like,
such a big thing nowadays? That people like go.
Keemstar loves doing that. Keemstar.
No, I know
back.
Keemstar, but like social justice warriors too. Like they go back. Even Republican. That's how James Gunn got fired. They went to like 2007 tweets, and they're like, "Oh, you see this? He made a pedophile joke."
Then that's what. See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
That's some wild shit.
And it, like Keemstar went, because the whole thing actually started off as Sniper Wolves. Like Keemstar was making fun of Sniper Wolf.
Oh yeah, because Sniper
Wolf.
Sniper Wolf got like someone told her like her life sucked.
Yeah.
And
that's why Keemstar called that dude a virgin, because he was he was defending Sniper Wolf. That's what it was.
Yeah, so defend Sniper Wolf though, pretty low.
I know, I don't like Sniper Wolf anymore.
Really?
She was cool at
her?
first. No, she's a fucking bitch.
Let's not talk about that YouTube drama.
And Keemstar went back all the way to 2012 to find fucking Sniper Wolf's fucking like old tweets from when like she would say like really fucking shit.
This is the pettiest 30-year-old man I've ever heard of in my life.
Doesn't Keemstar have a daughter? You ever heard of you know who that Shad Base dude is?
Yeah, he did. No,
he did like an art of his fucking daughter.
You know who Shad Base is?
You know who Shad?
I don't know if he sometimes his like pictures get put like as memes.
Yeah, because
he like does like a lot of like lolly.
He does like Rule 34, but to like for example, like to 11, right? Who's from Stranger Things? He did a Rule 34 her when that's actually a little girl in real life.
Yeah.
So people always say like, oh, his shit's like borderline pedophilia.
Yeah.
Because he Rules 34 is like.
They one of I don't know if you remember what's her name, Lieutenant Corbius.
Yeah, and he Rule 34 basically Keemstar's daughter, who's literally a little girl.
That's
literally like
that nigga's
like under
freak,
like 10.
That's not cool.
I think it was like.
But people like defend it because it's like we go into the realm. We go into the realm of like it's just a drawing. It's not a real.
You can't. Yeah, but still, like that's.
You into that realm of like artistic vision.
I think where I separate it is like. Usually, like lolly is made up in like anime. Those are just made up girls. But when you go into like making like 11, who you know is a little girl in real life or a young teen now, that's just fucking weird. And then Keemstar's daughter, who we know is definitely a little girl, like that's just fucking weird. I think that's just like okay, that's the realm of pedophilia for sure.
Yeah, is that around the time that I was seeing those memes on Instagram? It was like the actress that plays 11 was like. Talking about how she like
hangs out with Drake.
Yeah, hangs out with Drake.
That's actually a whole different thing, but that shit was funny.
That shit was hilarious.
They're like wee woo.
Hello, my darling. Hello.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Yeah, no, that shit was weird. I don't know. Alright, hopefully.
God, your fucking internet disconnected all the way down here. Anymore.
Yeah, shout out to your Wi-Fi, bro.
My Wi-Fi like down here isn't usually this bad. Because remember, I used to play down here.
What are you doing?
Yeah, no wonder you were so fucking trash.
I was gonna put on like a beat.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Shut up. What do you even talk? Why do we let you here? Gosh, the worst thing that's ever happened to my life is the day I met Jed on Call of Duty, and it's literally the best I've ever done in my life in Call of Duty. I got like Black Ops 2. I got like a orbital V set. One of the gunships. A swarm and like one of the gunships. I forget what towards like the end score streak gunship.
Yeah, I know.
And then they all left because one of their fucking friends left. Got disconnected. I was so mad. Still to this day. Still to this day.
Yeah, you're never right. I don't believe it.
You know what this is?
Salt
Bay.
Salt Bay. Fuck Salt Bay.
Bro, let's see you do that good at this one.
I want to eat at that nigga's restaurant, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
Didn't he help some fucking like dictator? Didn't he?
Did he? Who fucking cares, bro? He makes good meat.
What the fuck?
No pause.
I fucking watched one video about a furry, and now my recommendation has I was drugged at a furry convention.
First of all, that's a thing.
Great.
Give it up for Jeff.
All right, you take.
All right. Before we start, announcements. I realized that what was it, like the 2 weeks we haven't done a podcast?
Yeah,
it's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. So basically all that is just because Adrian's been moving from Texas, so he hasn't really had the chance.
We also didn't have a lot of topics to talk about.
Yeah, last week.
So we want to wait before we actually start doing this shit because we need shit to talk about. Otherwise, we don't have good content.
Exactly. And we kind of wanted to wait until we were all in the same.
Yeah, the goal is every podcast to at least be 1 hour. That's the goal.
Yeah,
and more if possible.
But if you guys can't get enough of us for just 1 hour, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Blaze Podcast. Follow me on Twitter at Desperado316, at Twitch Desperado316.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
Subscribe to our YouTube
podcast.
And don't forget, we're gonna be on SoundCloud on Blaze Podcast and on Anchor.fm at Blaze Podcast. So if any of those things interest you or tickle your fancy, I think that's how it's pronounced. Make sure to follow us on there. All right. Enough introductions, enough news. News shit. Let's go into the news. Everybody here is a big fan of anime. Let's not act like we aren't. We're pretty big weebs right here. And today we've learned. Well, today I've learned, but it's been in the works for like a while, that Funimation has officially cut ties with Crunchyroll and Verve. So we lost a lot of great anime. If you're only a Crunchyroll subscriber, we've lost, off the top of my head, Samurai Champloo.
That was gone too?
Yeah, that was gone too.
Oh, fuck, bro.
Overlord, season 1 and 2.
I'm gonna rewatch that shit.
What else? Assassination Classroom. And a lot more. Jets has the list right now.
Is this all like?
That's all of them.
That's all of it?
Yeah, that's just.
Wait, are we losing Attack on Titan too?
Are we losing Attack on Titan?
That's a good question.
It was on there. That's what
I know Attack on Titan High School was on there, which is like.
We're losing a lot. Jesus.
Shout out to Funimation.
That's like over
fucking asshole. Shout out to Sony.
That's like over
buying
half their shit.
200, 300 animes gone.
Rip.
A lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
I just looked at the list for like the first time. Jesus.
So do we pour one out for Crunchyroll? Like, are they gonna go to business now?
My God, that's insane. So how do you feel about this whole thing? Are you upset about it? Because now basically you have to buy a Funimation subscription if you want to watch these shows, basically, right? Is that the only place besides obviously Kiss Anime for free?
Torrents, illegal links. I don't really care because I don't think I was watching that much Funimation anime anyway. But I could see it being a problem for the people that only subscribe to Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Whereas they got all this new shit and now it's basically just all gone. That would piss me off.
My Hero might also.
Because
I know My Hero's very big on Funimation.
Wait, but it's not it doesn't just go to everything.
No.
If My Hero's gone, then I have to get a Funimation.
I know they have that deal where they do the English dub right after.
I think it's.
So it might be a Funimation. If we're releasing Attack on Titan, that's a very
big show.
It's a very, very big show.
Hit.
I think all right, so this doesn't only hurt Crunchyroll, this hurts the community. This hurts Verve's community, this hurts everybody. We already have to deal with fucking Netflix. We have Netflix, Crunchyroll, and Funimation. And I think Amazon Strike is done, right? They stopped it? Or is it so?
Amazon Prime?
No, because they have Amazon Strike. That's the anime version.
Or Anime Strike.
Did they stop it?
That, yeah.
Tiernan, 2 weeks ago, he was like, "Oh, I've been watching animes on."
Yeah, I've been doing the same shit.
That's still animes are still there, and I looked up
But is it Amazon Strike? Because I know Amazon Strike was a different. It's a different platform than anime. Amazon.
That's the thing. Because I always found it on the Amazon Prime app or Amazon Prime.
But is it a lot of anime? Because you do have Amazon Prime.
It's a decent amount. Yeah,
it's a good amount. I looked up what do you call it? The same people that made Attack on Titan. They made
that anime
that other anime. Because I looked that up a couple of weeks ago, and it was still there.
So Amazon Strike is still going on.
Anime strike.
That's what I've been saying. Anime strike.
You say
Amazon. You keep saying Amazon strike.
Oh shit. Same things. Same time. So we have that. And let's not act like allegedly we do have some other websites. Allegedly,
it ain't me. You're not gonna find that in my search history.
Exactly. We don't support that. Go buy your anime. But this just hurts. Like, okay, if I was a broke,
it just splits the community.
If I was a broke guy, right?
Yeah.
And I could really only afford Crunchyroll.
You're not broke right now.
I'm not broke right now.
Okay.
No. But I could only afford Crunchyroll, right?
Or one thing. I feel like Verve would have been the thing because Verve has everything.
Yeah, had. Keyword.
Had.
Oh yeah, had.
All right, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. But let's get back to it. So, if I remember correctly, what I was saying, we have Verve, well not Verve, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Strike, and Netflix. If I'm a broke guy or girl, don't need to discriminate, and I can only afford one, and I went for Crunchyroll or Funimation, and the animes that I want to watch aren't there, you're literally just opening the floodgates for people to go on a free website. And that's something that you don't want. Like, I feel like that's why they combine together. So they're like, it incentivized you to subscribe to at least one because you knew you were getting like a better product. But now it's like, well, if I can't watch Attack on Titan on Crunchyroll, let me just go to this alleged site to watch it because I can't afford another Funimation. And if I was a Verve customer, because that one you get Funimation and Crunchyroll, now you still don't get Funimation. So now it's like, what's the point?
What's the point of Verve, basically?
Yeah.
I mean, they give you other stuff, but it's like the big ones for me would have been Funimation and Crunchyroll. Not there anymore.
But like,
Funimation's gone.
Technically, Sony has like the power to be like, oh, we're gonna like put Funimation back on Verve or like collaborate with Crunchyroll again or some shit, because like it's just a bad way to like split up the community, because now everyone has to like choose which anime they want to watch from where, whereas like we should all just be able to like watch it collectively in one place.
Unfortunately, but like, I mean, let's not act like streaming services aren't the people. I mean, they're here now, and a bunch of
future.
A bunch of companies are doing it. You got DC, Disney. Like, it's like the conversation we had the other, I think it was like the first or second podcast, where you're gonna get to a point where you keep making all these like streaming services.
You're basically buying like channels again.
Yeah, and you're gonna like, okay, Titans came out on DC, and I haven't heard like anybody talk about it.
And I looked it up. It's on the it's on the App Store.
Yeah, but I haven't heard
I haven't heard
anybody on Twitter. Like, I didn't see it trending. I didn't see like anything. So it's like, is your streaming service even like a success?
I feel like that partly just has to do with DC just sucking dick.
Well, let's not act like DC doesn't have like a core fan base.
No, it's not that it's not there, but at the same time, like, what's it called? It's not like DC's seen, at least for me in the media, is like trash. Like all DC movies are like trash. But the shows have become trash. Like the
animation is still like the animated movies are like bangers.
Those are always bangers, but like everything else is like garbage.
The funny thing is, I've heard Titans isn't even that bad.
Really?
Like, when I try to look for Titan stuff, like I hear people be like, like I watched some scenes on YouTube, and like they're actually pretty good. Like scene, like I watched like a whole fight with Robin, like saving Hawk and Dove, and like it's actually like pretty cool. And like, so spoilers, but like who's actually really paying for DC streams? It's cool because it's like they actually, so Robin kills like a bunch of people, and like there's a whole
killing people.
Yeah, there's like a whole story where like Hawk is just like, he's a fucking psycho. Like this isn't normal. Like you shouldn't be doing this. And like I haven't watched the show, but like I feel like if that's where they're taking it, like they're taking it in a cool direction where it's just not like, oh, we're superheroes and we're gonna kill whenever, but it's like Robin's seen as like a bad guy for doing it.
Kind of like what do you call it? Like an anti-hero.
Anti-hero.
Yeah, like he kills people.
Punisher type shit.
But it's not seen as a good thing. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, why aren't people talking about Titans? Especially when you like see the like trailer that came out where people were like, this is trash. I feel like more people should would have wanted to see just to see like, oh, maybe it's not. And I don't know. I don't think DC Universe streaming service does it how Netflix, where it just releases everything. I think it might be like where it releases like one episode a week. But I don't think I know how Titan ends.
That's what I like about Netflix though. Like I like just having the whole season available to me.
Well, it depends on how like the streaming service is. So like, anime really works well when you have to wait. Like Your Bunny Senpai, I don't think like we'd have like the same reaction of like, oh my god, this is really good, if we could just watch every single episode straight through.
I don't know if that's the case.
Because you do have like, okay, so this like, since we caught up to episode 5, right? The arc basically ended, but like the next arc, there's gonna be a cliffhanger where we're like, well, what's gonna happen?
But isn't it kind of the same shit? If like you have it all.
Yeah, but you have a whole week now to anticipate it. That's what I like.
I personally never
like waiting.
That,
I like
though.
waiting because like, you get like, when it's a mystery show too, like Your Bunny Senpai, it's like, oh my god, like I have a whole week to theorize what can happen.
Yeah, you have something to look forward to. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But there are shows like
some shows, like
some show like a
waiting.
Daredevil show, like it's cool to just
go straight through it, binge through it.
Yeah,
for it to all come at the same time. I get what you mean.
I feel like it could work for like anime though, or like I guess just anything, because like this is like the age of mass media consumption basically. So it's like I'd rather be able to like watch it as fast as possible instead of being on this one show that's taking forever to like finish when I have like 5 other things to watch. So you would talk about it, you know what I mean? So like I'd rather just be able to like get it out of the way if I could.
I feel you.
But at the same time, like it's also because anime is different in terms of like it's restricted to how much content there is in terms of the manga as well, or like the light novels or whatever. So like you kind of have to wait for shit to happen weekly.
And to be honest, like I don't know if you guys watch. I don't know if you remember the show like Steven Universe or like Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Like if you binge through those now, like it's not like that.
It's
big
not
of a
the
deal.
same.
No, it's like it's not that big of a deal. When you binge through it, but if you were actually like, this is the detriment that waiting could do. So what happened with like Steven Universe and Adventure Time was that like, with Adventure Time, they changed like their airing schedule so many times that like people couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And nobody knew when it aired and when new episodes were. So it like ended up just like a lot of the fan base left because they just couldn't like keep up. But if you like binge through it, it's like it's fine. Like the show's not that bad. And same thing with Steven Universe, where they went on like hype. Okay, so Steven Universe started with like 10 episodes, and then they took like a month break, and then they came back and they dropped like 6 episodes in a week, and then they took a 3-month break, and then they did the same thing again, and they took a 6-month break. And like if you binge through the show, you're like, oh, it's not that bad of a show. But like waiting wise, like you start to realize it's like the last week they dropped the show. It's like, oh my god, it's a very important episode, and then you wait 6 months for like a filler episode.
Okay.
So like that can be the detriment of like wait. Like I feel like if you were to like binge Naruto Shippuden, I feel like it's not that bad, even if you watch through the whole filler.
And I guess, but like fuck that shit. I skip through the filler. I waited for Naruto to actually finish that to binge it, and then like, oh, this is all filler. Fuck this shit. Just scroll through it because I don't give a fuck, bro. I didn't want to watch all that bullshit. Like everyone in the Genjutsu. I don't care about that.
I like
stuff,
filler.
Bro. No, I just want my story to finish. That's one thing that a lot of shows have. Like The Legend of Korra, I hate it because instead of following the way that like the original Last Airbender did it, where it's like all 3 seasons, it's all leading up to like one final conclusion. Every season has a new problem, which is something that every show is doing now. Like shows should learn when they should when they should end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
I know what you mean.
Because like The Legend of Korra had a new villain every season, whereas like The Last Airbender only had one, and it's like it gave it a more solid conclusion as opposed to The Legend of Korra, which went all over
Last Airbender was like there's one main villain, but there's like
also
little villains,
yeah.
But like like in the end, you're supposed to. There's a main.
Aang has to fight the Fire Lord. That's what was said from the first fucking episode.
But I think Avatar did like one of the best endings. Like I think the show ended well. Right?
Exactly. So like that's why the Legend of Korra just doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
I mean, there depends on the show because it's like. Of course, like SpongeBob, like you don't expect it to end.
But I mean, like shows that like they want you to be invested in characters.
Let's say like a show like Flash or Arrow, right? Like these are like shows where they have the villains to last for a long time.
But they keep adding new people out of nowhere too, which pisses me off.
Yeah, but that's how comics have been for like since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So like, do we expect these shows to actually? Do we expect these shows
to them to end at some point though? Yeah, because like I feel like when you have a finite, conclusive ending, it makes the show a lot better as opposed to just like making it go on as long as possible until it starts and crumbles under itself.
I know. It starts
to become very stale.
Like The Simpsons. There's an episode where like the creators have said like this is the final episode, but they keep going. But like they literally just made it just so it's like we know that we had to keep going, so we made this as like that's it. This is like our final one, and like fans like legitimately consider it like the final episode.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I totally like shows need to. It's so hard to end shows. Like
I don't think it is if you set it up from the jump. Like there isn't going to be a conclusion. Just
because some shows fuck up. Like How I Met Your Mother fucked up. Like I don't care. It's spoilers for anybody who actually cares. So the whole like series was revolved around
how the guy met
his mom. I think it was Ted. How Ted met his mom. Like his kid's mom. What? And the final season, the character Barney marries the character Robin, and Barney is like. He sleeps with like any girl he can, and it's like a whole season where like he's just like this is the girl I love, and like I want to be with her, and like I don't need to sleep around anymore. The final episode has them like getting a divorce after you went through a whole season of like having him be like this is the only girl I ever want. They go through a divorce, and then Ted ends up like it's revealed that the mom's dead through the story.
What the fuck?
Like the mom died of cancer or something. And then they're like, oh, like this whole story wasn't about mom. It was like about Robin because you've been in love with Robin the whole time. So he ends up going like to Robin and being like, I love you. And now like that's how I met your mom. Like it's like a whole thing that shit on like the whole series.
That's a terrible fucking idea.
That's a bad
so like they came out with like they came out with an alternate ending where like in the show there's a part where he's like, oh, that's how I met your mom. And then they kept going in the original ending. So they made like a part where it's like, oh, that's how I met your mom. And that's it. It cuts off there. Which fans like are like, that's the real ending. The ending you guys actually wanted is fucking like trash. And they had this ending planned out since the very beginning. Because they filmed it. Because the characters are the guy from Wizards of Waverly Place, the one kid, the older brother.
Justin. Or that actor basically.
Yeah, the actor. And then they don't age in the show because they filmed all their scenes when they like actually panned. Like in the very beginning. So they filmed like that ending since the very beginning. And that was their plan. And it's like, well, you just shit. Like, you had this idea, and you just shit on, like, everything you actually created.
Yeah, I got you. That's fucking dumb, though.
Yeah. It's really stupid. Shows need to end. That's really it. All right, so let's get to something a little bit more critical. What?
Critical. Moving on.
Making it worse as we go, right? All
right, so Red Dead Redemption came out 3 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago? Me and Jed have played it. Adrian has not. Me and Jed have two very different opinions on it. So let's get into it. Let's get on to this debate. Jed.
Wait, hold on. First, just like positives and negatives of the game. Let's like go through that real quick, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because we're gonna talk about like this. We want to talk on story first. How you think? I mean, you haven't progressed
without too much spoilers.
Without spoiling,
do you like the story so far?
Do you like what's going on?
For full transparency, if you watch my streams on twitch.tv/TheDesperados,
shameless plug
316. I'm not that far deep into the story. I've been doing a lot of side stuff, so I can't really judge the story that well. So far, it's kind of just like mundane task right now. In the beginning of the story, that's what I feel. I don't know if you can relate to like a lot of the beginning is kind of just like mundane task.
No, I can't relate on that.
You can't relate.
I think that obviously I think you're still in the tutorial phase.
Yeah.
You're still in chapter 2, right?
I'm on chapter 1.
You're chapter 1.
You're not in chapter 1. You gotta wait for
I'm in chapter 2. Yes.
Chapter 2. So chapter 2 is still like a tutorial phase of the game. I wouldn't say that the tutorial was even bad. I think like once you get hit chapter 2, you could always you have all that freedom to do whatever you want already. Mm-hmm. Like you could literally go off and do things that are not so related for hours and have fun with that.
Yes.
But I feel like the story itself in that chapter, like I don't know how much you've done, but I think I didn't feel that it was like tedious or
I don't say tedious, like but they're like not like It's like one mission you're going and taking like a kid fishing, and the next one is like you're robbing a train. You see, like they're already like two different like. I know in like the kid fishing part, like something actually happens where like
and that's
sets
up
something.
building.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's kind of like it's just one of those things where it's like I went from like this crazy shootout, and now I'm just like they're gonna get fishing, and okay. I mean, like they're not like, oh my god, it's a big mission.
So you don't
know
like,
what I mean? I don't know if it's.
Do you not like the change of pace?
No, like it's fine with the change of pace, but it's like they're not like missions where it's like it doesn't like the flow is very weird. Yeah, like the flow is very weird. It's like a big shootout, and there's no like mission where it's kind of like a down slope, kind of, and then it's like that fishing mission is kind of like the straight line kind of. It goes from up, then it goes from up, and then like the fishing mission is kind of just like a steep hill instead of it being like a gradual hill.
0 to 100 to 0, basically.
Yeah,
I get what you mean, but like, how do you go? Because like, when a lot of like big set pieces happen in video games or just like crazy shit, how do you go from that to then like, all right, I got to do this like.
Well, that's how story
like furthers.
That's how storytelling is, though. Like storytelling does like have a climb. It has a rising action climax, and then a low point, like the down slope, and then it finishes, right? Like that's how a story structure is. So it's kind of like you have that climax, which is that big fighting scene, but instead of having like a falling resolution where you're kind of like, all right, let's calm down a little bit and let's relax.
But what would that mission be? Is what I'm saying, because like right after you're done like robbing a train or whatever, then where do you go?
Yeah, I can't remember if that mission thrown at you like right away, or do you have an option to do another mission? Because you know how Red Dead's like places like they put missions on a map, almost like GTA style. Like you go see Trevor, you can go see so and so on different parts of the map. But all these missions vary. Like Trevor's mission can be crazy, but then so and so's mission could be like calmer. Like let's say you had done this whatever the big shootout mission was, right? And then went to go do so and so's mission, who was also kind of a shooting mission where it was a little action, but it wasn't as crazy as the previous one. And then went to go do that mission where it's just like a straight line, nice and calm.
So technically, you have the choice to make it.
I forget if there was another mission.
Yeah, because I feel like because they give you that option.
I know they do give you that option.
You have the freedom to go do that nice and calm mission, or you have the freedom to go do this little heist with so and so, right? Where it's not a big like crazy one like the one before, but it's still something.
I feel like then those missions should like we're gonna do a very calm mission like. I know I have the option, but it's kind of a little jarring if I don't know that's gonna be a calm mission, so I go from like this big set piece to the super calm mission that like
change of pace is just weird.
Yeah, it's just the way that like I feel like if you're gonna plan on doing that mission, like at least like have that as like a not a side mission, but like have the first act of it be a little bit different, and then have like the first act be like, oh okay I go fishing. Something happens, and then like because something does happen when you go fishing, but like the second part is like him telling you like just calm down, like don't do anything, right? So like I feel like okay, maybe I gone fishing and then I would have done something like that would have been like not as jarring.
You probably don't notice. I forget if I told you this. Not a spoiler, really. I'm not gonna say it. So that mission, that fishing mission, is a very key foreshadowing of what happens in Red Dead Redemption 1 with the little boy, right? You probably don't know this, but the two officers, the other one that was like the one with the mustache that looked younger, not the older dude, the younger one, and this is always a spoiler because you played Red Dead 1, right?
Well, it's a spoiler for anybody who hasn't played.
Yeah, if you have, this is a spoiler. Yeah. So that officer, Jack kills him in Red Dead 2. That's that officer who was younger. That's the guy. That's the guy.
John Marston, right?
Yeah, who fucks over John Marston in the second game, and then Jack grows up to go kill him, and it's a foreshadowing because Jack goes and kills that guy while he's I think fishing.
Yeah.
What are they doing there? They're fishing. Yeah. So that was a very like smart key mission, and you're like, wow, that little boy's so innocent. He doesn't even know who that guy is. Yeah. And he ends up going in the future to kill that guy because that's the guy.
I changed my mind on that. That's actually.
You didn't know that, right?
Yeah, that's one.
That's actually like that's actually really.
That's a cool mission.
When
you realize that, that's why. If you played
mission.
like the first game, it enhances your experience with this game.
Because
like you know who that guy is. You're like, oh shit, that's Agent Ross. That's the guy who like fucks over John Marston in the future 12 years later, and then Jack grows up and then kills him while he's fishing. That's a crazy
cool.
like
yeah.
that's a crazy cool. Like thing, and I'm like, okay, that's dope.
No, I was gonna say, like, what's the next thing?
No, well, let's keep going.
Yeah,
we're just basically touching the surface. All right, pros and cons. Let's do that. Pro, I think we can both agree.
All agree graphics.
Graphics, of course.
That shit is
one of my pros that I think we can both agree. There's a lot of shit you can find.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't even think like we found. I feel like we haven't even found like all the Easter eggs. Like I think I see like a new Easter egg video like every other day.
Yeah, and the thing is like the Easter eggs. You could go your whole playthrough and not encounter every Easter egg there is in the game. Everybody encounters something new. It's something different every time they play through. Well, let me give you an example. Like I found spoilers, I guess, for Easter eggs. I found a haunted forest, right?
And I didn't even know that existed.
And you didn't know it existed. I was just like, I was hunting. Oops. And I was in this area, and I start hearing like stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? And at first I thought it was real people. Then I was like, wait, it's not. So I was like, oh crap! I sent one of my friends that I was playing with, and I told her, I was like, oh, you gotta go to this location, go look for it, right? She didn't experience it either. Like she didn't experience the haunting. So I don't know if like everybody experiences it or it's at a certain time. Yeah. The thing is like I looked it up on YouTube and like all the videos are like in the morning, I think, and that's around the time that I was there too. And she had went there around that time, but she didn't experience anything. So I don't know if like everybody experiences it or what goes on. I don't know if there's something like
you have to do
to trigger it.
Yeah. I know there are some Easter eggs that you have to do. You have to do a mission for it to.
So that's a good example though. And then there's like a haunted train one, right?
Yeah, I saw
like,
that one. Yeah,
that one just comes out of nowhere. Like you'll be riding around at night and a train just passes by, but like you can go through it. And the crazy part is that it's so detailed that like your horse reacts to it. Like there's really a train there, but then it relaxes once it like you go through it, and like your horse realizes like, okay, like it's not really a physical thing.
And one of the cool things I will say, it's like, so like I did watch some of the Easter egg videos, but I wasn't paying attention where they were. So I ended up finding like this Bigfoot Easter egg where like you find like giant bones. And the only reason like I actually found them was because like I was trying to find like some house for a treasure hunt, and I just went up top of it. I was like, all right, logically, if I went up top this mountain, I'd be able to find the house through my binoculars. Yeah. And I just went up the mountain and I found like just the skulls, and I'm like, oh shit! Like even though I knew like this was out there, like I didn't pay attention to where this was. Like, this is really cool.
And that's like I don't like going on YouTube or finding out where these Easter eggs are. I just like knowing of them. I just want to experience it on my own playthrough.
Like I think the video I watched actually didn't show where they were. They just showed like the gorilla one. I didn't know where the gorilla one was, and I saw like I knew it was there, but like actually going to the place and like seeing it, I'm like, oh shit! Like I didn't know this was here.
There, and then I saw another one. I guess spoiler for an Easter egg again, or I don't even know if you consider it as an Easter egg, but there's I went to camp in the bayou, right? And as I'm like at like 12 at like midnight, I decided to tear down my camp, right? Because I want to go like hunt that night. And I hear a girl say, "Don't leave me," right? And I'm like but it sounded like a human. Like you know how haunting like the haunted forest, like you could tell like it was whispers, like it was something haunting, right? The girl sounded normal, so I was like, is there like a lady around here? Like what the hell? And then she's like, I thought you loved me, and I'm like, what? So I like start looking around, right? And like nothing, right? So then I like leave the area. A few days later, I come back and I camped there again, right? To hunt like an alligator. I was looking for an alligator. Same thing happened. But it kept going. This time she was saying different dialogue. I'm not gonna say it because you guys should experience it yourselves. But it's just like crazy. And then basically like this one's one of those that it keeps evolving the more you come back, and that's just crazy. Yeah, that's cool. Because like the only reason I came back is because I was hunting for a certain animal, right? But again, you can go through a playthrough, and like I could have only experienced that first time where like she said don't leave me, right, and not come back ever. But I came back for a reason, and like I came back and kept coming back until like that whole entire thing was done and she was done talking. And it's just crazy to see like how something evolved and kept going. Yeah. And the voice acting, top notch for whoever voice act that a lot of the actors was very good.
The voice acting is very good in this game. All right, let's start controversial hot takes.
We didn't talk about cons though.
This is cons.
Oh, okay.
Controversial hot take. The animation of picking up a dead person's body to loot them gets tedious and boring.
Okay.
Changed my mind.
And you were there, You saw the animation.
Yeah.
And I counted them. They're only 3-second animations. 3 seconds to loot a body total.
Why do you find it doesn't even look like that?
The only time that like, and this is obvious. Like,
hold on, what do you mean it doesn't look like that?
It doesn't look like it takes 3 seconds because you're holding the button. I saw him doing the game show or whatever, and so like, he did it, and I was like, why are people complaining about such a really fast animation? Like, he literally picks up the body, picks up whatever, and then he's done. Like,
people are complaining because it takes 3 seconds, right? You have to multiply that by how many dead bodies start. So for me, I like after a big shootout, I enjoy to go through every single person's body and loot their shit because I feel like I can be able to maybe get all the bullets that I used up through that exchange by looting those bodies, and I don't have to end up going to pay for like ammo, right?
But that's a tedious task in like almost any game, no matter what. Like, it's even in Assassin's Creed is a big one. No one ever complained about, oh, it takes too long to loot a body. You have to see a whole fucking loading symbol.
Oh, yeah.
While you're looting in Assassin's Creed.
Like in
every game.
Yeah, I know,
bro, it's fucking annoying. But I
can vouch for that because I played that one.
But like, so when
Assassin's Creed 2, right?
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed 2, 3, or Brotherhood, Revelations, all those, like, 4 straight games.
Like Odyssey's different because like Odyssey is just like you go over characters, you press triangle, you loot. Like,
but it's not that like, so seeing people complain about the Red Dead one is like, bro, it's literally like a 3-second animation that like he's actually doing something that it makes the game more immersive. So like I get annoyed when people like complain, oh, I want my games to be more immersive, but then you complain about a 3-second animation that's supposed to help with the immersion of the game.
The only time that like that I don't loot bodies, which is kind of like common sense. So there's like some big shootouts in the story that like you're killing like 30 plus people, right? Yes. I don't really loot because I don't know if you notice this. You walk over someone, you get ammo right away. You actually don't loot for ammo. Yeah, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that because you do big shootout, you run out of ammo. But like I don't like unless there's a moment where I don't go loot like a lot of those bodies. And if I do, I don't loot all 30. I loot it like some of them, right? Like I don't go out of my way because it's like common sense that I want the story to progress and like what's going on in that mission. It's like you have to start moving or else something else will happen.
Like The Witcher had one of my favorite.
But The Witcher, you literally just press a button and it doesn't like do anything.
Well, you press the button and it shows what you can loot. You either say, I think Fallout has it this way. I'm not 100% sure.
I think so. RPGs make it like a lot faster.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
That. No, that's what I'm talking about. So I feel like they could have adopted that like type of like drop down menu of like what's in this person's like satchel or whatever. But I feel like because like you gotta think about it, like a lot of this game is like all the animations are very realistic, right? Like you actually pick things off shelves, right? And I feel like the animators were like, all right, if we're gonna do this, we might as well have Arthur like literally pick up the body,
make it be consistent,
pick a pocket,
basically,
and then drop it, right? They wanted to put that detail in there because they knew that like people would like it, right? I like it. I think Adrian likes it. He hasn't played the game yet, but I think he likes it. And it just makes everything more immersive. Like I don't know, it's really weird. Like I'll kill like 5-10 people like outside of a story mission, and I just find it like cool to like loot all those bodies for some reason. It's just something that I like to do. It's very therapeutic for some reason.
He did it in the what's the name of that called?
Fucking weird.
Oh. It's not weird to be there. Like it's not.
What's the name of that? The feature like game share, whatever.
Yeah, game share.
Okay, all right. So, he was in the store and he was like literally taking shit off the shelf. No, I know. I was like, yo, that shit is like details, bro.
Like, what do you think? Like, do you like the animation of taking stuff off the shelf? Because that one, the store is actually like you have 2 options. You can just go up straight to the cash register, dude.
Yeah, no.
Look through the catalog and just go through there, like good old style, like just buy whatever you want right away, right?
I feel like,
or you could walk around the store.
I feel like it's different because that's just, like you expect to be like in a store for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're okay with that.
Yeah,
right?
I'm okay with the store because it's like that's not like that's there's gonna be a whole gameplay there.
Yeah,
like like I'm in any game. If I go into a store, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be here for like a while. Might as well because I'm gonna like either maybe I want to compare a gun or all this kind of stuff. Like that's it. It's a halt.
Are you okay with the animations for like the same animation, but like when you're looting like
an animal, like
a random house?
Yeah,
like, let's say you let's say you go into a camp, kill a bunch of bandits, and you loot all their stuff. Not their bodies, but like all their stuff in the camp. Are you okay with that animation? Or is that tedious to you too?
In a camp? I don't know if I have.
You know what else I like?
I don't think I have killed anybody in the camp. I'm not sure.
What I would like to argue for.
I'm sorry. I have looted like a house. But I know as soon as I walk.
You're okay with that, right?
Yeah, because as soon as I walk in the house, I know like that's a
thing you're gonna do.
Yeah, I know. I don't think you can run.
Yeah, like open cabinets and like looting all that. You're okay with that, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can run in houses either, right?
Okay.
Can you?
No, you can run in houses.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? I would also like to like argue maybe like they could do or to make it quicker, make a quick animation for like he kneels down for a second, and then there's like a drop down menu, and then you could like pick what you want, and then like just back out.
Yeah, that
it gets back up. It's like you're still getting that animation, but then you like streamline it to like.
And this is part of like what I was saying. I feel like if Rockstar wanted to, which they can, it just make a where you can go into the settings and switch up the settings so that like if you want that like quicker way of looting, they give you that option.
Yeah.
You know, for like people like you who may not like that like looting animation that much, or people like Vinny, like he doesn't like that looting animation. Like that's what I'm saying. Like to make those quote unquote tedious tasks like less annoying. Just have that like that setting in there,
and let me
put an option to be a best.
So people don't construe this. I don't think the game's bad. Like I don't think that like damages the game for me. Like I still think the game's like a solid like 8.5 out of 10.
And this is you haven't even finished the story.
I know, but like I'm just saying.
Yeah, this is like first impression.
Like an 8.5. The movement's a little clunky at first.
I feel like that's all third person games.
Yeah, it's a very clunky game. Shooting. What do you think of shooting?
I think the shooting is so what I did is that I turn for on foot, not on horse. On foot, there's a setting that you go in and you can turn off aim assist all the way off. Because even when you turn it off, there's still aim assist. Now, the way shooting,
you need it in console, yeah.
Yeah, the way shooting works in the game, it's like your character, like I noticed that, like you'll still miss shots.
Oh yeah, I know I miss shots.
Because the circle, like I don't know if you noticed, the circle gets smaller, so like it's like full lock on. But if you're moving or running or you're like in some crazy crap, you're gonna miss a couple shots shooting back.
I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes the circle does like
they got bloom and red dead.
Move around basically.
Well, it's more realistic. You're gonna miss shots when you're running and shooting. Yeah. Like that's just normal.
But no, because there's something.
The only time you're gonna 100% hit that shot is if you go into Deadeye mode. Yeah. I love Deadeye mode.
Yeah.
Like I think Vinny said he doesn't like Deadeye mode, but I like Deadeye.
That was like one of the best mechanics in the first game.
Deadeye mode is basically just like a slow down.
Yeah,
and a bunch of games do that.
And Red Dead 1 had that. So
I'm pretty sure GTA 5 had that.
It's a Rockstar thing.
Michael.
Yeah,
it's a Rockstar
thing.
Yeah, it's a Rockstar thing. So like it's just normal with Rockstar to have that.
I mean, it's like normal. Like for me, it's like I feel like it's like I'm playing GTA 5 like with the shooting. The shooting, I don't think Rockstar really changes their shooting that much. I kind of the same thing. I like let go of L2, aim down, hit him, go back, hold down. Kind of just like that. I just like
the cool thing that I like is I don't really know this, but like some people don't like the Rockstar control layout. Like how you have to like keep pressing X to like run. I'm used to it.
I don't like that.
So you can make it to like you could switch up the settings to like standard FPS settings, where it's like you're playing a shooting game. So like you use the left stick to run, so you don't have to like stop running anymore when you have to like what do you call it, not shoot, but like I forget what the animation is, but like basically like you can keep running and not have to worry about like stopping to shoot or something like that. It's way better to play like that for some people. I got used to like the regular default, but for some people that's like way better. Any other cons you want to put in?
Bugs and glitches.
Bugs and glitches. I haven't seen this anywhere else. I tried looking it up. Experienced a pretty bad glitch where I robbed the train and none of the people that I was robbing would give me their money, and I had to go. I killed them all with like my bow and arrow just so I couldn't like, excuse me, just so like nobody would get attracted. But it's a glitch that like kind of kills your.
It kills your vibe. Yeah,
it kills your like. I literally like did that. And I was just like, all right, I don't really want to play today.
Yeah, no, I understand that. That's understandable. Like
that's the only glitch I've experienced.
Jed was like losing guns in his shit. Like, I saw it happen.
Yeah, you saw it happen.
That's annoying.
So like, I lost another gun last night. I was really pissed. So basically, there's a gun glitch where like randomly, like you drop guns sometimes, like in fights, but you can pick them up again, right? So I'll go pick up the gun that I dropped, and it would just disappear. Like I'll look for it in my like thing, and I'll go back to my horse even and look for it, but it's gone, like fully gone, like just disappeared. And what's annoying about that glitch is that there are certain guns that you can buy at the gun stores all around the game, but there's exclusive guns that you get from people such as gunslingers, and people that, or like guns that you find like in people's homes throughout the story. That they're exclusive to that moment, and those guns have disappeared for me too. Some of them, not all of them. So like, I could go to a store and buy like that same version of that gun, but it's not gonna have like that cool engraving and like that cool looking part of it. Like that's why I'm annoyed, because like I've lost like 4 guns now, maybe 5. And it's really annoying because I'm like, okay, like not only did I spend money on upgrading these guns, but they are completely like gone, and I don't know like if Rockstar's gonna update it so like I can get my guns back or what's going on. And they're like, I haven't seen, like, people are complaining about it, but I haven't seen Rockstar, like, I don't know if they're like well aware of it. Yeah. Because I looked up an article today and it was like, oh, your guns don't fully disappear, right? It's like, oh, just go back to your horse. It's in your satchel, right? Your horse is a saddle, I meant. Which it was. I remember at the beginning of the game, I dropped my gun, right, to replace with another gun. And if you go to back to your horse saddle, the gun's still there, like the gun you had. That's what they're talking about. But I don't know if they're aware of the glitch where your gun literally just disappears randomly. I got you. So that's a big like con for me, because I'm like, I want these guns. Some of these guns were really powerful, like some of the best weapons in the game, and I lost it. Though I'm like using these like not so good guns, mediocre guns, to get through the game, and it's kind of annoying.
Say like a quick side note.
Go ahead.
If the community's complaining about fucking animations when you should be worried about like actual gameplay tools that are being deleted from the game just randomly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. So now we go into
my last hold on.
Okay,
my last pro.
Or pro.
Okay. Yeah. What Jeff was talking about, you can get like a cool event gun or whatever. I met a grandma and I took her gun and she yelled at me because I actually had.
Was this a semi-auto shotgun?
Yes. Yeah, the grandma. Yeah. And she yelled at me. Instead of killing her, I tied her up and threw her in the basement. And I'm still waiting for her family to come after me.
That's if she lived alone. She probably lived alone too.
No, because she had a family. No, because she was like, oh, like, you don't want to mess with me and my family. Like, I have like sons that like will come after you. Bro, so I was like, that's that's literally because one of the cool gameplay features is that like if you kill someone, like their family will come after you.
And I've come across stuff like that already. Like, it's not just gangs that like ambush you. No, it'll be like a few family members. It'll be like, it's like cousins that they're like, oh, we'll ambush you. And it's like, oh, you killed my cousin, I'm coming after you now. And like all of them just come in out of nowhere and just start shooting at you, like no remorse, no question. Yeah, and I just dead eye right away. I'm like, nope, I ain't dying today, boy.
That's a cool thing.
So yeah.
So Adrian here is our resident Rainbow Six Siege player. And he has a little bit of something to say about Rainbow Six Siege. So, to get people caught up on it, in case you don't know, Rainbow Six is going to be doing an update where they get rid of...
you want to say it?
What is it exactly?
They're basically like changing certain things in certain maps that promote like either the implications of like drugs, sex, and some other shit. And basically the reason why they're doing this is because they want to expand the game into China, make a bigger market. But China has like a lot of rules in terms of like what can be in a game in terms of content. So, as of right now, China has like their own version of the game where like all that shit is like not in the game, and then everywhere else that the game is in, still has the original version.
So they have their own version. So why are they getting?
That's what I was switching it up. Basically, what they're saying is they want to have the entire game be like one uniform version, so that it'd be easier to like just like streamline updates and shit. Where it's like, but the thing is like if China and everyone else have their own 2 separate versions of the game, then it's like why can't you just do the same updates to each different version of the game at the same time? Like I don't see why that's a big problem. Ubisoft is mad fucking extra.
I will defend Ubisoft. It's not only them. Fortnite. Fortnite. I know they changed a lot of things. So they took out the skulls. I know it's coming to China. They took out the skulls and they replaced them with.
Yeah, they were taking out like skulls and like anything like that too. Yeah.
And also in their tournaments, they're not allowed to say kills. They have to say frags.
Okay, yeah.
And or eliminations or whatever.
But you know what it is though? Like Fortnite is marketed a lot more towards children, but Rainbow Six Siege is very much a mature game. Like it literally has the M stamp, like 17 and plus.
Do you know how what China rates? Like
I don't know. I think it's just China doesn't want like that kind of like connotation or whatever with a video game. But like that's the whole point of the game. So I don't understand.
I don't know if Chinese like movie can movies get away with it, or is this something like only video game? Like,
I think this is only for video games. Yeah.
That's really strange. Okay, so tell me why, like, because all right, if anybody who's come through the stream, you know that me and Adrian complain about Rainbow at least once every month.
Yep.
Because I hate the game and Adrian loves it.
I love it, but it has issues.
Jet hates it, but plays the fuck out of it.
I only like a lot of the time I play it because like you guys just tell me to get on, so I'm like, all right, fine, I'll just get on. Like I actually don't like the game. The only thing I like about the game is just the adrenaline rush that you get from getting like an ace or something, right? Or like a 4K even.
You know what he says though? Like he says the game is clunky, but if you
clunky.
If you play it on PC, bro, that game is 10 times better. No bullshit, bro. Mouse and keyboard for Rainbow is like the only way to play it.
So since I don't really care and I don't play the game that often, so like this really doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Why does it affect the Rainbow community?
It doesn't. I don't think it affects the Rainbow community. I just think we're all like confused as to like why can't we have our own separate versions of the game and just get the same updates? You don't want
equality, Aiden? Come on.
What's equality? That is equality. Do you think where everyone gets what they want? The fuck?
That's equality.
Because China wants the game to not have certain shit, and then everyone else wants it. So like, just give everyone what they want.
Like, it's not like okay. To me, like it'd be different if it was like a core gameplay mechanic. So like it'd be really cool. Like imagine like it'd be really cool if you're like in a gunfight.
Yeah.
And like it gives you the like there's cocaine like on the desk. So it gives you like the option to like hold square and like your character like pounds the cocaine to make like a smoke fog. You know what I mean?
What the fuck would that do in terms of gameplay?
No, because it makes like a fog and like now like you can leave or whatever, or like the person can't really see you.
There's literally a smoke screen grenade, my guy. What are you talking about?
But it's like an environmental like thing you could do, like just for like.
Siege has destruction. I get what you're saying, but like Siege literally has a micro destruction system. Siege
but it'd be cool.
Has
like,
tools for that.
Yes, but like it's kind of like one of those things. Like okay, so
you can literally shoot through walls.
So apparently the community has like a problem with it, right? So it's like I mean, like it doesn't really add to the gameplay. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I play the game, like I'm not like, oh my god, there's cocaine bags on the floor. I'm so immersed.
No, like
holy shit.
No, I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, I don't really care either because it doesn't affect the gameplay. That's what's most important. Like Siege has never been a game about graphics and shit like that.
The only thing that I would say kind of like okay, so what I hate is that like taking away the blood. Like blood to me is like an indicator
blood
like
on the wall,
you did
though, not like the actual headshots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Blood on the wall. Blood on the wall is an indicator that like you hit the that person.
No, like literally a blood on the wall, like a stain that's been there in the map itself. Not like you shoot someone and the blood.
Oh wait, they're
like
not.
That still has to be in the game. Yeah.
So they're not taking away like if I headshot someone. And
no, like they're still gonna be that. Yeah.
What blood is in the wall naturally? I mean, on the wall naturally.
There's some maps that just have it like randomly.
I've never seen blood on anywhere.
What a waste! What a waste of a subject to talk about. You guys don't even care. Great, and it doesn't even matter because the blood is still there. Fucking bullshit. Fuck Rainbow Six. Let's just have the game die, please. Can we just do that?
It's just something to talk about.
Let's talk about something way better. All right, a game that we're all excited for: Smash Brothers.
Smash is trash.
Smash Bros.
Change my mind.
Get out of here.
Smash is trash.
I already pre-ordered. You actually get you pre-order from from GameStop. You actually get the poster of the new Final Destination map.
You know who doesn't care?
You.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we got the full roster. What do you guys think? Are you excited for this?
I just want to play as Ken for the Shoryuken. If I can't do that, then that game is a solid like.
No, you can't. I think you can.
That better be a move. I'm gonna hold you to that.
I think so. Sure. I'm pretty sure they showed in the right.
So I'm pretty excited for it. I think that like all the content they're giving us, and this is
worth like almost $200 game.
Is it really?
With the content that they're giving?
You're
okay,
relax there.
150.
It's a lot of old shit though. Like we're getting a lot of old characters. That's not content.
Yeah, but they're
I mean, it is, but
they're they're like reinventing the old characters. Like they're adding like a bunch of like so like Mario.
But you need to do that.
So Mario, he's like an old character, right?
Yeah.
He's been in all of them, but like they added like Happy to his moveset. They've added like stuff in like the newer game. Like Luigi, they've added like stuff from like his newer games. Like that's the cool thing about it.
I feel like they should do that though, not only for like what's it called? I guess because Nintendo has like the whole new line of games for Nintendo Switch, so you kind of want to make it synonymous with that. Mm-hmm. But also at the same time, like you need to like update the game in terms of like gameplay mechanics.
They have said that, and thank God, because I know one of the biggest problems with Smash Bros. Wii U was the Bayonetta came out.
It was like overpowered,
super overpowered.
Yeah, you got to balance the
characters. The point where like the finals in Smash. I don't know if you guys actually like heard about this drama. So the final 2 people in the Smash tournament at Evo were Bayonetta mains, and people were booing them so much to the point where like they stopped fighting and started taunting,
like trolling.
Yeah, for like a whole minute.
But Smash has always been seen as like outside of the fighting games community to begin with.
Do you know why people hate Smash?
Because they're assholes.
No. They're okay. I've actually I watched the whole video. Smash was never an Evo.
Yeah.
And Evo didn't want them, but the Smash community literally
forced themselves in.
Yeah, they've really. So they forced themselves in and then made fun of everybody else.
But that's some dickhead shit. Though.
Yeah, so they're basically culture vultured their way in.
Okay.
I don't know if you can use the word.
I don't think it's culture vulture,
but something like they basically was like, fuck it, I'm in this culture now, and I'm gonna make fun of everybody else in this culture. Because we're here now, finally, and you did not want to.
So they were assholes, and they didn't take showers.
That too. So like now they hate everybody. So go to the Bayonetta thing. They taunted for like literally a minute straight on stream.
Oh no!
On a Twitch stream, right? Where people paid money to like watch this.
You paid money on Twitch for that?
No. In like the real life
to go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
People paid money to go there, so they literally had to deal with like a minute or two of like people just taunting. And like they only stopped because like one of the heads came up to them and was like, "You guys are breaking the rules. If you keep doing this, we're gonna disqualify both of you."
Yeah.
And then they just went back into the fight. So the biggest problem was that like they kind of just released Bayonetta and was just like, "Okay, that's it. We're done. We're done here.
Yeah,
that's it. We're not gonna support this game anymore." But thank God they're finally like listening, and they're like, they said in their Smash Direct, they're like, "We're gonna actually provide like character balances throughout the season of Smash," because they're actually doing I think they're doing tournaments online now.
Okay.
Which is actually really cool. Like there's a lot of cool online features.
I'm about to be the top.
Which I'm really excited for. So one of the features in Smash, their story mode on it's not the story mode from Smash Wii. It's really cool where it's like every characters from the games that aren't in Smash Bros. So let's say Donkey Kong has Cindy Kong, right? Or the girl Diddy Kong or whatever.
Yeah.
They're spirits in the game. And you go around the map fighting a spirit, the character that will represent them.
Okay.
So if you're you fight to get their spirit, you could actually level up your character too. And I think it actually translates over to online. So let's say, and they give you different abilities and cool shit like that. So it's a Mega Man villain. You'll fight Mega Man, and then you'll get their spirit of that villain, and then you can add that villain with another hero or another spirit, and it levels up your character.
Yeah.
So they're really
trying.
They're trying to make this game a long term kind of thing where you can really customize your shit.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
This is I could see long term because this is the beginning of their Switch life cycle still, so it could be for a couple of years.
Yeah, because I know with Wii U, it was kind of just here's DLC of fighters. We're not really gonna
do anything else.
You can do the challenges.
Yeah, it sounds like Nintendo's actually gonna support the game the way it should.
And actually be
things out. If they hear somebody say, "Oh, that character's OP," maybe you should rebalance it.
And actually be here's actual content instead of just fighting.
Yeah. Can we quick side note? I just found out yesterday that Nintendo added the YouTube app to the Switch. So with that being said, Nintendo, please add Discord because fucking party chat. I feel garbage.
Does the Switch have internet? The internet browser?
No, not yet.
I'm telling you,
it just has its own like app store.
The funny thing is like
they're gonna put that shit in the middle of November. I'm telling you.
You know how like there's a leaked Switch coming out, right? Like
allegedly,
allegedly, like a new one, right?
It's just like more terabyte, right? More memory,
and not like better performance, but just more memory.
Yeah, that's it, just more memory.
And it's like basically Nintendo does this all the time. Like they evolve like every console.
This is every fucking company now.
Like they just evolve. Like no, but Nintendo's been doing it. Nintendo's been doing it forever.
From the jump,
well, not for the Wii U. I think they dropped the Wii U and they were like, okay.
Yeah, the Wii U was just like
70,000 let's go 70,000.
And when you the funny thing is when you think about it, when you really think about it, the Switch is technically the first next gen console. Think about it.
Why?
Because the Wii U came out during this generation.
That is true. The Wii U came out with the PS4 and Xbox One.
So are we really considering the Switch
it could be considered, yes. Yeah, technically it's Nintendo's next gen console.
I guess, but like
because when next generation officially is out, Nintendo's probably gonna be a while. Nintendo's probably gonna still be in the Switch. If not, make a Switch that's slightly better.
I mean, they're supporting the Switch more than they ever supported the Wii U.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Like when we look at Nintendo, we don't expect them to run like something crazy.
No, we expect them to do something cool,
something like, simple.
Yeah,
and if you look at we look from the SNES all the way to the Switch, right? Or that NES to the Switch. Like you have like the Nintendo 64 in there, which is like. I look at those controllers and I'm like, how the fuck did I?
How the fuck did we all play that shit?
Like I'm like, how does this work?
You got it worked. It worked different handles. The joystick is in the fucking middle. That shit is never weird,
like bro. I can't.
And they looked at that controller and they were like, yeah, this is trash.
And then they made the GameCube. And the GameCube was the first technically was the first portable console because you could they had a handle where you were like.
That is true. I think they put that handle there for a reason.
Yeah. Where you could because it was so small that you could just carry it wherever.
Yeah.
And then we had the Wii, which was like one of the best selling consoles of all time, and like the joysticks and all that. And then the Wii, the Wii U, we don't talk about that. And then the Switch. So they've been they don't care. They're not okay, we're gonna just give you a fucking simple ass box. It's like we're gonna give you a box and it's gonna be really fucking dope.
And when you look at all the consoles, the Switch is basically, I think
the Switch is the culmination of everything.
Yeah, the GameCube combined with the Wii U and then turned into a Switch
and the Wii. Technically, the Wii, with
technically the DS too, in terms of just portability.
They literally were So
how do we make all our consoles into one thing?
They just took ideas.
And where do they go?
They just took ideas.
And where do they go from here? That's the thing. The cool thing I like about Nintendo is because we're where do they go? But they're already ready. When they bring it out, we're gonna be that shit's dope.
I'm waiting for the point where you get because there's a lot of
You're gonna bring out
I don't know if you know about the thing that Nvidia is doing where put a flash drive in or some shit. And you have technically a GPU on your computer running
You can also stream games now. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh yeah, the Google.
Yeah, on Google.
Yeah. So I feel Nintendo's gonna.
Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, I was wondering.
But I was thinking maybe Nintendo would just give you a fucking flash drive or some shit, and then you put it in your phone, and then you have some kind of I don't know, some shit like that. Just make it super portable.
Jesus Christ, that'd be fucking.
You can literally you plug your little flash drive into an HDMI in your TV, and you're like, oh fuck, here's my game.
That flash drive costs $400.
That'd be fucking. If it's that much, I won't buy that.
Well, how much was the Switch? 300.
It was $300.
Yeah. Okay, so flash drive costing $300.
That shit better.
It probably would.
That shit better be indestructible, waterproof, all that shit.
You're putting all that technology into a flash drive. That's insane.
That shit would cost a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's probably top notch little chips that you have to get together.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I think Nintendo has a bright future. They especially after how the Wii U did. It was trash. It was bad for them.
They came back.
That time. It was a dark time for Nintendo, but they came back with the Switch. Everybody, and I think the way what helped is the way they're marketing the Switch.
Nintendo is doing what Microsoft.
They marketed the Switch.
They're actually marketing it. That's what they're doing.
But the thing is, when they marketed the Wii U, it was little kids and that's all you saw. In
they need to market to the family.
Now it's just
that's how the Wii was so great because it marketed to you can literally it's a thing that it was supposed to bring
console.
There's literally a trailer where what's the guy who created what's his name? Wow, I'm so sorry.
Shigeru Miyamoto or some shit. I don't fucking.
I think that's who created.
That's probably Pokemon.
No, I think that's.
I know you're talking about.
Wow, so disrespectful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nintendo fans. Don't kill me. Where he literally it was a trailer of him coming to a family's house and being oh, we have the Wii. This is how you interact with your family. Yeah. And it was dope.
And that was good marketing for that.
Yeah. And I think this is how they've been marketing the Wii.
The Switch. Yeah. The Switch has been marketed for like all crowds of all ages, which is great. Yeah, which is great because that's what the Wii U did wrong. Was they marketed for like little kids all the time, and that's not the only people who played the Wii.
Most people who play fucking Nintendo games are like in their 20s and 30s and shit. Like, Nintendo doesn't fucking know that for some reason. They're like, oh yeah, all our fans.
Yeah, like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee has a fucking move called Bouncing Bounce. It has literally like stupid kidding names.
Oh no.
It has literally like Deadly Death or something. Like it's so Balloon Drop. Like what? Like what are these names? But since we are talking about mobile, since Adrian came up with an idea, it's a good segue. Diablo Immortal is coming out and made Blizzard stocks crash basically.
R.I.P. Blizzard. For now,
what Diablo?
Yeah, their stocks dropped 3.7 billion, right?
Dollars.
So I've always wanted to play Diablo because I'm like really into like those kind of games where like you go into a dungeon and you kill like demons. I'm kind of excited for Immortal if it was free to play.
Is it not free to play?
I don't know.
Is it out?
You tell me? No, not yet. Oh. If like I see it's like a $60 game on my phone, I'm just like, I don't even pay.
I don't think it's gonna be a $60. I think what they're gonna do is
free with microtransactions.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a lot of microtransactions. Sure.
It has to be. It's a mobile game. That's the only way they monetize.
Yeah.
Unless you just give like the flat.
I don't
fee
do
of,
more
like,
research on it.
$5.
I don't want to like just say it's probably gonna be like that, but like,
90% sure it has to be.
I just think that like if I was a fan of Diablo, I would be upset too.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's on mobile, like what? Like I'm not a mobile gamer. Like
it's a very hardcore PC game.
Yeah,
and like people were mad when it came onto console. So now you're putting it onto like
a mobile. It's like big downgrade.
So it's like I don't want to be standing on my phone, and my phone's battery is trash. Right?
Exactly.
Like I could play. I remember with Pokemon Go, I could only play for like an hour until like my phone was like at 15%.
That game was also just trash when it came out. There's no optimization.
Yeah, so like
probably rank.
That shit was garbage.
And especially the AR feature. Yeah, like that shit like really.
Yeah, you want to draw. Like I always play with AR off.
Yeah, same here. But like that still like drains your phone back. Like even a big game like can drain your phone.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
But I feel like that kind of shit is just like you need to be a mobile gamer, like have like the equipment for it, like a battery pack.
I know there are things where it's like a controller for your
exactly. Like you need to be a mobile gamer though to like appreciate that shit. Otherwise, you're just like, why the fuck do I care?
I didn't know that existed.
No offense, mobile
gaming is such a big ass market. Though.
Mobile gaming is like so weird to me because
I've tried to get into it.
We all play games on our phones, but it's just like the past time, or like if you go to you're waiting somewhere out in public, right?
Yeah.
But like some people take the state to like extremes. Like they spend thousands of dollars on microtransactions on these damn things. I've seen this guy who spent he's rich as hell, but that doesn't justify it. He spent over $100,000 on a mobile game. On one of those like dungeon anime ones, like I don't know which one it was.
Fucking loser.
I'm just like, why? Why would you
like? Want to see the waifu naked?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like that's so much money. Like,
no, like I've tried to get into like, I'd be like, oh my god, like there's an RPG on my phone. You want like try that? Even the Kingdom Hearts on my phone, I cannot play because it's like. I'm like, this isn't fun. Like my fingers, like I have small fingers. Yeah, I have like small fingers, but I'm like. I don't like this. Like this is not like even like bigger RPG games. Yeah, like it's not fun. This isn't fun to me. Like playing like a click and point or like
I agree with
around. Even FPS games,
yeah, it's not.
Yeah, especially
fun.
those where you have to like. It's weird like to move like when there's an analog on the screen, but you have to like move it. It's just weird. It doesn't feel natural at all.
You know, the most mobile game I ever done was like I downloaded like emulators on my phone to play like Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I did.
And that's not even considered like to be mobile gaming. That's
like you can't even play with anyone else.
Yeah, it's just
but it's not like a game. They give you like the whole like it's like the one screen. It's like the game, and like the bottom is like
the other DS part. Yeah, I used to do that shit all the time.
I used to do it on my computer. That shit gave me so many viruses.
Really?
Yeah, cause like when you those shit used to give you like a shit ton of viruses because. Especially when you went to like a sketchy one, a sketchy
sketchy ROM site or some shit.
When you wanted to play a Pokemon like hacked ROM.
We didn't do anything, Nintendo.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's allegedly I own. Technically, if you own the game, you can actually download an emulator. That's actually the law.
Is it really?
Yeah, that is. So like, if I own every single Pokemon game, so please don't come after me. Don't send your lawyers. Yes. Even though the FBI is listening to our conversation right now. All right. Conspiracy. Let's talk about some conspiracy theories. There's something really near and dear to my heart. Creators, if you are giving out content, you should make that content yours. Recently, Defy Media went under. They filed for bankruptcy, and Defy Media had Smosh, Clever, and a bunch of other YouTube channels. And those
Screen Junkies too.
They sold Screen. Yeah,
Junkies,
So Screen Junkies technically isn't, but they had it at one point. So all those channels can't post anything and can't create.
Is that what they can't do anymore?
They can't do it anymore.
Oh,
they're not allowed to post on that channel because they don't technically have the rights.
It's not theirs. Basically.
It's not there anymore. They sold the rights to it, which is something. All right, I've always been taught growing up that you should be paid. If you like what you do, get paid for it. And if you have like an idea, you should be paid for it, right? It's and I've actually been watching like a bunch of videos about like Jake Paul and like his investors. Like I don't know if you guys realize that like, you know the Team 10 house?
Yeah.
Like that's from investors. The Cloud House, Base Banks and Rice Gum. That's like people who are investing in their company.
So that's not even them.
That's not even them. No. And
that's
like, okay,
dumb.
I don't know if you watched Shane Dawson's like documentary about Jake Paul.
No, I never watched that.
So you should. It's really good. So he goes to Nick Crompton, which was like Jake Paul's like former manager, and the Cloud House, and they're the same house. Like they look the same, and like they literally like Alyssa Violet, which is Face Bank's girlfriend, literally says like, "Oh, this is a house. Like these houses are built for like social media like influencers. Okay. Like all these houses all look the same, and like all these houses are built basically to create like YouTube videos and like content. Like that's why like their houses are like so
extravagant and shit.
Like because like investors are in it, but like they don't own the rights or anything.
So you would think that these people making all this money would like own their own brand and shit. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know if they don't, but like I'm guessing like if you have investors, I'm pretty sure they have some kind of stock in your brand.
Yeah, but
you're not the only person who owns your brand.
I wouldn't want that though. Like I'd rather just market my brand and then like make money off of like merchandise that I create or some shit. Not off like people investing their money in me so that I give them a return of profit. Like fuck that shit.
Exactly. Like I understand.
You need to own your shit.
I understand like YouTube probably won't pay eventually, especially right now, it doesn't pay like that much. But it's kind of like, so all right. I was talking to one of my friends who, she's a fitness model, right? And she got a sponsorship for like something, and she was like, "Oh, put your code out." So I'm like, "Listen, what you should do, like I know you have a team behind you or whatever, but what you should do is like really like start pushing this, like really like start an Instagram for this and like blah 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 blah, and make sure that everything that you do has a code attached to it." A lot of these girls on Instagram, I don't know if you guys get like the Fashion Nova things.
Ads and stuff.
A lot of them don't get codes for a reason, because a lot of these girls are getting like fucked over. Because they're basically free advertising. Imagine one of us get like a sponsor for this podcast, right?
Yeah.
And imagine we sell maybe like, let's say like loot box, right? Imagine we sell 100 like loot boxes from our sponsorship, right? We can go to a new company and be like, "This is what we did." Yeah. So like we're in charge. Like you guys, like we don't need you. You need us. Right? So like these Instagram girls aren't going to like, sure they get a Fashion Nova deal or whatever, but like what are they gonna say? Like they're like, "Oh, I sold Fashion Nova," and they're like, "Okay, well how much?" I don't know. So like your brand isn't really like, you don't know how much you're even worth. Not even reputable. Exactly, you don't even know how much you're worth, and like that's something that I think a lot of people like, just in general, like I don't think a lot of people know like how much they're worth, especially like creators.
Yeah,
don't know exactly how much they're worth. And it's like really sad to see.
But the thing is that like when you go when you try to pursue some shit like modeling and you get like a sponsorship, like you're using your platform to advertise for said company, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to get paid for that. Like you can't just be like.
But you also have to get paid for that, and you also have to be like, how can I use their platform, not just to elevate mine, but to go to
other door of other places?
Yes,
yeah, I got you. Yeah, exactly.
So like that's something like I think a lot of people even in life they don't realize like. I feel like a lot of people, like, they go into college, right? And it's kind of just like, well, let me go to college and let me not, like... They don't try to put their foot in anywhere at all.
They'll try to get internships or, like, just... They're looking at the now as opposed to, like, making plans for the future to further their brand or career or whatever. I get what you mean, yeah.
So that's something... I always feel like... It's also because I think, like, as a creator, like, I always have, like, a creative mind. I want to do something that's like creative or whatever. So it's kind of like, especially with this podcast or whatever, like I would like this podcast to one day have a sponsor. I would like to one day walk up to like a fucking meeting room and be like, listen, this is how much we fucking sold.
Yeah.
Like, we're the boss, not you. Like, that's just the boss shit that a lot of people don't do.
Yeah, no, I agree with
you. A lot of people need to manage themselves too.
Yeah,
like
and
they employ people that like A, don't know what they're doing, or B, are just riding off the coattails of that person's success.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people are trying to ride off, especially nowadays. I feel like a lot of people are just trying to like see what, like they're throwing darts at like shit.
Dark.
Darts
Darts in the dark.
I've never heard that expression in my life.
Never heard of it.
Darts in the dark.
You're from making some shit up, basically.
What part are you? Weren't you born in New York?
Yeah. No one says that.
In New York?
I'm just saying that off the rip. Like
no one says that. What are some things that you guys hear in New York, other than Deadass B and Watch My Tims? Or have you met my pet rat? Have you met my?
I haven't been here in a while. Like I don't even know.
I feel like every place has their own like local kind of slang.
Yeah, it really is.
What part of New York were you born? You were born in New York.
I was literally born in Manhattan, but I lived in the Bronx.
But you lived, and where were you born?
I was born in the Bronx.
So you both lived. But do you live in the Bronx?
Yeah.
So you both lived in like the same general location. Do you realize how like okay? I don't know if you guys realize how close like your guys' life connects. You guys just didn't know each other. So you're born in the Bronx. You guys were like on the same school bus, the same school. You guys were like basically living like around the same street, right?
No, that was wrong.
I mean, well, we technically live like 20-30 minutes away.
Yeah,
Raul, you were on the same bus.
Raul lived like literally on the same street.
Yeah, like don't you realize how crazy like our lives kind of like intertwined at some like points in life?
What's it called? Like not to bring old shit, but like when Charlie was like in my second grade class.
That's
like
wild.
Like the room right next to mine. So we were like in the opposite rooms.
That's
like,
actually fucking
wild.
wild.
And she lived like 5 minutes away this whole time.
See, that's so crazy. Like I like to me, I'm just like that's actually like
it's a small world.
And then we meet each other in the future like 10 years later type shit.
Basically. Yeah.
Like have you ever seen like those like there's like a picture that's like like my wife or something was like taking a picture when she was like little at like Disneyland. Like we saw the picture and then we realized that like
we were in the same spot.
We were like in the same spot. Like I'm like literally right behind her, like in my stroller or something.
Yeah.
Like that shit's like wild to me.
It's weird, yeah. It's
crazy coincidence, bro.
Like okay, you and I connect because of AJ.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we gonna like?
I'm gonna figure. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. We're gonna tie this all out. You two connect because of the Bronx and Allentown. You connect because Raul literally was like on the same street as you. You and Eli connect.
Well, I connect because I connect to all of you guys because of Raul. And me and Raul started talking, and then he introduced me to you.
No, I know that, but I mean like life things that we didn't know that we connected.
Okay, yeah.
So they're like some kind of like spider web. So the Bronx is where you guys started out. And you guys just didn't know each other. Like that's wild to me. You guys were born in Bronx. What hospital were you born at?
New York Presbyterian.
And you?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Never mind. Imagine it's the same hospital. I'd fucking lose my shit.
And we're like in different rooms, like 3 years apart or
same
some
time
shit.
or some shit. Yeah.
No, but okay. I got it. We all connect. Yes.
It's a small world, basically.
It's a small world.
It's destiny. Right.
I guess if you want to call it that.
Yeah. So okay, Bronx. Then we go to Raul. Then we go to Eli. I feel like you and Eli had to have something when you were younger.
I mean, he was in New York.
There we go, New York. Everybody, all you guys are from New York, basically. How do you guys now wear Timbs?
I have a pair of Timbs.
Wear Timbs at one point.
I have a pair.
I had multiple pairs of Timbs at one point. Actually.
Bro, you need to have like some kind of boots for the winter. Like that's just like a fact of life.
I've never wear winter boots.
Are you serious?
I mean, like when it's snowing or something, I wear like those. But not like I said, like I've never owned Timbs in my life.
Yo, Timbs are good shoes, bro.
They are good shoes. I just never had them.
Just fucking heavy as fuck. Anyway,
are they really heavy?
Yeah. After a while.
What kind of Timbs do you like rocking? No, because I know there's
I'm not a Timbs connoisseur. I just have one fucking pair, bro. Like, I'm not a sneakerhead if that's what you're talking about.
You guys disgrace New York.
I'm never gonna say I'm a New Yorker. I'm gonna say I was born there, but I'm from Pennsylvania.
Are you New York?
I consider that. I don't know. I'd consider you a fucking New Yorker. I don't know why you say that.
Because I didn't grow up there, you know what I mean? Like I've been here since I was 7.
I grew up there. Yeah.
I mean, that's technically growing up.
No, but I mean, like, I never like. If I went out, it was with my family, or like, I never went out to explore the city by myself. So like, I personally don't know how to get around New York like an actual New Yorker does. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that city, but I know Allentown. So like, I'll say I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I would never say I'm from Allentown. I mean,
it's not a bad thing to say. It's just a fact.
I don't think people know where Allentown is.
I would say I'm from Pennsylvania, yes, because that's where I'm currently living. But if they ask me where you came from, I would say from New York. My accent actually, like when I'm for some reason when I'm waitering, my New York accent comes out for some fucking reason.
I've never heard your New York accent.
It's
never
really
heard it
weird.
in my life either.
Yeah, I know, because like it doesn't come out with you guys. But when I'm and it just comes out naturally. Like I don't know, like I notice it subconsciously, but I don't notice it like right there. I'm like,
you got your tips. They're like, well, he's New York. Oof. Probably has a rat in his car.
Anyways,
no, that's a rap album confirmed. All right, anyway,
so we're going into AI, right? Okay, so China made a AI news anchor, not a weatherman. I don't know why you put weatherman.
Same shit.
Weatherman.
He's not like he does everything.
So it does the news like everything.
He's a news anchor. Yes,
fucking
he does everything.
So China's talking.
Listen.
Did we have the AI talking about Trump and shit?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I gotta say. You people are so scared of Mexicans taking your jobs. AIs are literally becoming our news anchors.
Robots.
Come on, people. Open your eyes. The future is now.
I always said that too. I was like, so are we gonna get to the point where like everyone's just like lazy and not working? Like there's no jobs because all the jobs are taken by like computers and shit, like robots and stuff.
But
Wall-E type shit, yeah.
Like aren't truckers? Like they're trying to replace truckers with like self-driving trucks.
They're also doing that with Uber too, like self-driving Uber cars and stuff.
The thing about the technology too.
Car.
Yeah, the thing about the technology is that it's scary at first. Like there's been a couple like crashes. I think
they killed someone. I know
they killed twice.
Yeah, twice. They killed a biker.
And this is just the beginning of it, and it's because it's not perfect yet. Like it's probably gonna be another 5, 6 years, 7 years until like it's perfect. Because I know Pizza Hut, they're gonna have like in 2020, I think they're gonna have self-driving like little like these long. I wouldn't say they're buses, but like they're almost like a van that drives around, and there's one person in the van making pizzas. So like basically the van will get like the information.
I wouldn't even want to do that.
Yeah, the van gets the information to go to like so and so's house. This is what they want. Like it's just a list there of what they want.
To have a hot,
and the guy like
shit.
Yeah, the guy just like makes it in the van, and then by the time,
well, it's moving.
Yeah, pretty
much.
Yeah,
so like, but it's driving, and you have a fucking
way.
No, I know that sounds very difficult.
No, the way it's designed. I think the inside, because they talked about this at like CES, it doesn't move around as much. Like they designed it so that it's like not crazy. You know, the only time it'll probably get a big impact is like literally a car rams into it or something. I don't know.
But
I'd be so mad.
My thing is like
the fucking self-driving car smashes into a tree while you're just pulling out a pizza.
We talk about like outsourcing jobs and shit, but now we're literally doing the same shit in the country. Like if we start replacing people with machines, and that defeats the whole purpose of stimulating the economy like by having people do work. You know what I mean?
I don't think
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Your dad's a trucker, right?
Yeah.
Is he like Has he ever like talked to you about it? Like, is he like worried about the future of trucking with like self-driving?
He's 40, bro. Like in 20 years, he's gonna stop.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay,
Like,
I got you.
I don't think we're gonna see self-driving.
Not anytime soon.
Like that in the future. Like that, like normalized and so.
But what is like? Does he have like an opinion of what could happen?
No, because my dad is literally like,
he's just like, I'm about to get out of this anyway.
Like, I don't care.
He's at the point where it's like, he's basically just like praying that Bitcoin goes back up at this point because like he actually invested a lot. So it's like he's just looking for like his retirement basically like soon.
You. So you're listening.
He doesn't give a fuck about that shit.
Okay.
And my dad is also like, he's an independent like truck driver. Like what he does is like he'll like call the company because like they'll have like a schedule of like things that has to be like transported. So they'll be like, hey, like I can take this, and then they'll be like, all right, we'll pay you this amount of money. So he gets the whole check for himself instead of like getting a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't actually. I was just very curious.
Yeah, no, it's
that was bad, random. Sorry.
No, I'm actually like very curious, like to get the opinion of like someone in that job market.
Yeah. To be like, doesn't give a fuck.
I don't think we're gonna see like a mass like self-driving cars, self-driving trucks until like I think we are 50. To be honest, like it's for it to be that normalized. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like this is gonna like if it gets crazy, like this is gonna put like bus drivers out of job too. Like all these people.
I know they did say that like there needs to be at least one person there to just like put
monitor everything.
Yeah, and put gas.
Which would be cool, but like yeah, like that's cool too. Because like when you think about it, it's like you're just monitoring. Like you're not driving anymore.
No, you wake up like you're in a fucking car accident. You know?
Like you're just chilling, getting paid.
But I think in that one of the Uber cars, like there's someone.
The guy he fell asleep in the car.
Yeah, in the Uber, and they killed the guy because he wasn't paying attention.
That's crazy. So like I think like I guess I don't think we're gonna see like I think the monitoring thing is gonna still be there like probably when we're 50.
Yeah.
But I think maybe like maybe another 50 years after that, like there's gonna be no driver. Like the AI will be that smart that it'd just be a driver.
Uber already stopped that though. After that accident, they like stopped looking at self-driving cars. They're like, all right, this obviously isn't gonna work right now.
Yeah, right now. Like,
yeah,
give it a couple of years and it'll work.
Yeah,
that's a scary part. So what do you guys think of like? I mean. What do you guys think of AI in general? Like, do you think, like, are you scared of AI? Do you think, like...
Then they shut down that Facebook AI?
Shit? Yeah, because some of the AI is, like... I know, like, I think it was the Facebook one, yeah. Like you said, I think he was, like... He was, like, looking at the internet and, like, actually cursing and saying racial slurs and stuff. So they just, like, shut him down because he was, like...
Was it a computer AI or what? Like, did they actually have, like... AI. No, like, on the computer? Or was it one of those that, like they transferred it to, like, a robot? Okay. I think they shut down...
They shut down like a lot of those too.
There is a robot. I seen it like online where the robot's like, oh, like I've like been searching. Like the only thing we can do is like death to humanity.
They joke about like taking over the entire human race.
I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke. Like they're like, oh, it's just a joke.
No,
I can't tell if they're being serious.
The people that created those robots like, and shit, they turned them off because they're like, all right, this is like some other shit right now.
Dude, it's like the robots like sitting at a table with everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna destroy humanity in 2 years, and everybody's like laughing, and it's like the robot's like, no, I'm not.
That's why there's one way to beat robots, right? Just fucking put a cable attached to them. Like make them like you can only be turned on with like a power outlet. That way they can't get that far.
I guess, but it's like...
See, but this is the thing, because this goes into like the sci-fi realm, right? Where like, at least in sci-fi, like the robots get so smart that they think out every possibility of the humans still taking control and just delete that possibility of them getting that control anymore. They can upload backups. They can upload like there's so many things they can do when they get really smart.
Let's not fuck with it.
I mean,
and the thing is like I know I forget where I saw this, but like basically if a super artificial intelligence is created, it'll either be the end or it'll basically either be the end of humanity or it'll be like basically the last invention. And the reason they say that is because the super AI
where do you go from there?
Will learn everything and probably even cure cancer because it just knows how to do it.
Yeah, it'll cure cancer by killing everything.
It'll basically yes, maybe that's the way they'll do it.
Listen, like I believe it.
Everyone with the cancer gene gone.
I believe it. Like if an AI like actually like looked up and like was super intelligent, they could like learn memory like that, and I just had to go through the internet and be like, okay, well, humans are like destroying the planet. Humans are like just killing each other for like meaningless shit.
You know,
the only thing that like I have to do to like protect everybody is just kill humans or so. Like that to me makes sense.
And
like
this is literally
Ultron type
that
shit,
kind of
basically.
like that kind of like reasoning logic to an AI. Like to me, that makes sense. That like
it's almost like Thanos logic. Like imagine
that's
AI
literally
just like,
Ultron, bro.
Yeah,
imagine
Ultron.
AI just like killed half the world, not all of it, but half of it.
Yeah, because it
took
makes
out a lot of it.
Logically, it makes sense.
Logically, it would make sense.
Yeah,
so, like if I was meant to like protect the world, I'd be like, okay, well, you are like the biggest threat to the world.
So don't you think we'd have to like try to find a way to like teach the artificial intelligence like ethics and morals or some shit like that, or no?
Now you're turning into a romantic comedy.
But do you no? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Some kind of moral code or some shit to follow.
Because like you see this in sci-fi, like there was a movie that even came out on Netflix about it.
Bro, Mr. Robot, perfect example.
What?
Like that show, just like what's it called? Delves into like.
Do you actually watch Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I just started. I just started.
Yeah. Wait. What does Mr. Robot have to do with it?
No, I feel like that show like delves into the idea of like a very smart being, like being able to take advantage of like any situation. I mean, from what I've seen so far, because I've only seen the first couple of episodes.
I get what you mean. Okay. No, so like so back to AI and artificial intelligence.
No, you don't put emotions into an AI.
You think that putting emotions is like a bad thing?
Yes.
Oh.
Imagine having like that kind of. Okay, I don't think humans are supposed to have that kind of knowledge because we have emotions, right?
Okay.
So it's like.
Go ahead.
It's like okay, so it's like. What's the best way I can explain? It's kind of the idea of being like. Imagine you give an AI an emotion of anger, right? And it realizes that like how bad anger really is. So it's like, you know what, I'm gonna eradicate anger. Because it's like I realize how bad anger
can be. But you can't eradicate an emotion.
But the AI doesn't like think like you gotta remember in the end of the day, like an AI is like an AI. Unless you're thinking like somehow
what the fuck is it, a fucking toaster? Like
well yeah, but like at the end of the day the AI is gonna like come up with an idea that like we couldn't even comprehend because that's like its job. So it's like okay, here's anger. I equate it to bad, so bad needs to be get rid of because I understand what happiness is and I realize how great happiness is. So I need to get rid of like the cruelness in the world. That's why you don't give an AI emotion because that's when you actually like start to realize that like an AI could be like okay, well,
but having lack of emotion also does the same thing. So where do you draw the line?
But I feel like okay,
at that point you just have to stop AI.
So maybe I feel like if an AI doesn't have emotion, I don't think an AI gives a fuck if the planet like blows up or like
they're nothing. They're
exactly.
Like...
So it's like if you give it emotion, now it's like okay, now that's when we. That's when they really want to take over.
The cool thing about at least the news anchor is that it's not like a self-learning one.
That's the dangerous one.
It's everything that announces is written into it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So like, you know, that's pretty cool.
I also like that's why I don't really fuck with like the virtual reality shit like VR. I don't like it either because like at some point I feel like people are gonna get to the point where like they're like, fucking plugged into the matrix the whole time instead of like
basically.
Yeah, where they're doing that instead of like living their actual lives. Like I feel like people are gonna get to the point where they're just that lazy or some shit.
I think I always hear that, but I feel like the world has to become something. Like okay, in Ready Player One, the world's like shitstorm. Like there's barely any.
There's
trees.
overpopulation.
And yeah,
but we're talking about shit that we don't like. We're speculating. But it's like I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you have to have like some.
I feel like the right circumstances have to be put in place for people to like be like that because there's always gonna be people that are like. There's always gonna be someone who like. Probably will rather live their life in VR. Like there's people who rather just live their life like on the talk, like they just rather live their life in like an anime world. So they just like close themselves off from the real world. That's always gonna be a real thing. But like
that's not healthy though, bro.
That is
of course it's not healthy.
Of course not.
That's just saying
which they kind of touched on that subject in Ready Player One, where like I think it's like every Thursday the whole entire game shuts down, so like you can actually experience real life for a day. Like
it should be more than that though. Like not just one day out of the week. That should be like you should have like a 2-hour time limit, and then the rest of your day like you have to be doing some shit.
We didn't write the story.
Huh?
We didn't write the story.
No, I'm just saying, like, if that was to be the thing in real life, like, it was like.
I mean, I won't lie. I'd live in the Ready Player World. That shit's fucking. Awesome.
That is dope, bro.
That is fucking dope. Like, you cannot lie and be like, as a gamer, like.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
I've seen it, but like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'd be the first nigga to like jump into a fucking Spider-Man VR type shit and just start swinging around the city. But like,
you'd be the first to fucking play Rainbow in VR.
No, you're not wrong. But at the end of the day, like, you need to have like a life outside of the VR though.
No, I agree with you. No, I totally agree.
But like I said,
I feel like our generation understands that, but our generation is born into that. I don't think and only that. Like, that's their gaming and like their life in general. Like, I feel like they won't see that.
But our generation is like the kind of the turning point at this point, because like we've gotten to the point where like we're always on our phones and shit instead of actually interacting with people.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. But hey, what are you gonna do? I mean, I feel like it's not that bad of it. I feel like people really make it like be like. Oh.
Have you guys seen the Boston Dynamic robots?
No, the fuck is that?
The Boston Dynamic is like basically like they create robots and like they're creating robots for, like, the military. They work with like DARPA and all that. And like there's a lot of like obviously secretive stuff that they don't like show the public what they're creating. But the stuff they do show, it's very impressive. Like the stuff, and then every year like they always put like a new video about like their latest model or whatever the hell, right? And every year they're getting like crazier and crazier and like slimmer and like cooler. Like, I mean, I think you guys have seen this. Like the robot does like a backflip and like flips around.
Those robots, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
those are getting insane. And like the crazy part is like the newest ones, like the little like dog ones that are like walking around and like open a door. That's straight up from
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. There's literally
and
like
you
an
showed
apocalypse.
me a video of like someone with like a fucking gun. What is it, like a? What kind of suit is it? The one from Avatar.
Oh, they're in a mech
suit or some shit.
They're in a mech, right?
Suit, yeah, like a.
Yeah, they're in a mech.
And a mech, yeah, like they're in like a literal mech.
Yeah, I think it's South Korea that's making the world's first mech.
Oh,
they haven't armed it with anything, but it's actually like they're moving it.
They have Devo in real life.
They basically something like that,
wild.
Yeah. So like they're starting to make something like that, and that's insane because like I know the U.S. See, South Korea is like open with it, but the U.S. probably has a mech somewhere like that they're developing. Obviously,
sure.
They have to like. There's like these things don't just come out of nowhere. No, they're being developed for 10 years, 20 years until finally one day they're released.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if we made a nuke, we're ready on the fucking.
We're already making mechs, dude.
Yeah,
we're about to be fighting wars like fucking Gundam and shit.
That'd be fucking dope. I love that shit.
That'd be dope.
Sign up. I sign up to the Space Force.
Take all the fucking battles into space, please.
Hey,
Stop
space
fucking up the world.
That's what Donald Trump's already 3 steps ahead of us. He's gonna reveal fucking mech suits.
Don't say that, Donald Trump. That's a fucking insult to everyone.
Shut the fuck up. Because he already knows the mech suits are a thing. He's preparing for it, bro. That's what the space. He already has a Death Star being built.
Jesus Christ, that'd be crazy.
Jesus Christ. All right, guys. We've been at this for like about an hour. It's 12:47 over here when we're recording this. So it's getting pretty late. It's windy as fuck. Well, not windy, but it's very cold outside. I am shivering in my basement right now. Let's end it off right here. I think it's been a good podcast. Like I said, if you guys have made it this far, please hit us with a like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Anchor, I think it's follow. SoundCloud, it's follow. Follow us on Twitter at TheDesperado316. Instagram, Blaze_podcast. I'm sorry. And
I think that's about. I think from here on, like our content, like we're just starting, so like our content will get better in the future. We have a lot of plans for the channel and everything.
We have way too many plans for this.
We're doing the best we can right now. Hopefully, I know eventually we'll do videos, like actual video podcasts.
Yeah. Yep.
And maybe we'll even go into the realm of live podcasts. Who knows? On Twitch one day.
I will like that.
But we'll see how things go, hopefully a year from now, things have gotten way better. So we'll see how we are a year from now. With that being said, you do the closing.
With that being said, this has been the Blaze Podcast, where our conversations, where our topics, This has been the Blaze Podcast, where our topics may not always be fire, but our conversations are. Episode 4. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.